Okay, so now that we've done the UVs of all these individual pieces, now we can go ahead and we can start joining them together. So let's go ahead and select this. And if we then go ahead and go to tab mode, because as you can see over here, like we did join most of it, but we have these big pieces up here. And I'm not sure exactly where I think they are like these ones over here. If we just select this and then Ctrl L. Yeah, see, I don't know why the view all of a sudden changed. But yeah, basically these pieces, because we duplicate them, we now need to just repack them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select it all. Let's go to UV and average island scale. Ooh, I think we need to reset our X forms for this. So let's go ahead and go in object mode, press Q and reset all the transforms. Sorry if I say X forms, that's a callback to 3ds Max, because in 3ds Max it's called X forms instead of transforms. So let's try it again. Average. Okay. And now let's pack them. Let's see. Pack island 0.01. Something feels very big, but that's probably just the body. Here, if I set this to select box. Yeah, see, that's the body. So this is all correct. That's actually that's really nice to pack together for an automatic pack. So I'm going to leave it like this. Same thing as before. If you want, you can do it by hand and you can really like push like the quality, but because this box is not going to be seen very well, and also to save some time in this tutorial, we will go ahead and we will just do this automatically. Since there's not much difference. By hand you would just select this, Ctrl L, and then just like start moving things into the right locations. But anyway, I think I'm happy with this. I don't think we need any special details on these pieces. So we don't need to make them a bit bigger or something. So let's see, how big are they now? Yeah, here, that should be doable. Like if we want to place some screws in here. Of course, if you want to have very detailed and specific details on these pieces, then you might want to make them a bit bigger. Just so that you do not lose resolution and so that those pieces actually become more visible. But for now, this should be fine. So I'm just double checking my work. Okay, that's those side. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay, so we have done that one. So we can call this low poly done. I'm gonna save my scene. And now what we want to do is we want to go to create A over here. So let's see, high poly is still correct. Yes, okay. And our low poly, because no, we did not do the UV unwrap for this. Sorry, I had a little break between the unwrapping, so I need to just clear up my mind. Okay, so we do need to do the UV unwrapping for this. Oh yeah, I can remember that I was not looking forward to it because of all of those pieces. But it shouldn't be too difficult. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Maxivis tools and turn on my wireframe over here, wireframe toggle. And then I'm just going to hide Maxivis tools. Let's get started with like the base. So if we do Alt-I, so that we only have this view to worry about. So this goes down, okay, and then we end it over there. Huh. Definitely we will need to cut them out around these pieces. And then if we might be able to unfold it. I think I'm going to unfold it up until this point. So basically I think I'm going to double click on this. Live unwrap is on. Okay, so let's do a mark seam. So that's going to be cut out and then it's going to go down here. And down here we just need to... Oh, Blender froze. Hello? I had to wait like 30 seconds and then it recovered. Strange. So basically we just want to start by double clicking on these outer lines so that I don't need to worry about those. A nice thing about, because we connected everything, is that now double click works really fast and it like doesn't break as far as I can see. So and let's do another mark seam. Okay, so we have these pieces and these pieces are now being unfolded. I'm not sure if we might want to like do a cut on the corners. I feel like we might want to do a cut on the corners. Just a basic one, just something like going from here. Mark seam, so that you get this. See, so there's a little bit less stretching. I'm going to just like guide it to the edge, because if I put this on the cylinder or on like the round bit, it will be more visible. But if I place this a bit more on the edge, oh, I do need an edge for that. Let's do this one. Like that. So if I place this a little bit more on the edge, we have a good chance that it's less visible. So let's do this one. U, mark seam. Okay, so those two are cut down. U, I'm gonna go for... perfect. Here, U, mark seam. And the last one, and then it should be fine. And then we can start focusing on other things. So let's pick this one. I do want to keep it quite close to the corner because else it has some warping. So let's do this. There we go. So those now are all cut, and now you can see that's nice and straight. So that will work a little bit better. Now for these pieces, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark a seam here. You know what? I'm going to mark a seam in every corner. Mark a seam here, so that these split up into 4 pieces. Because there's nothing here, so we don't need to do a mark seam. And as soon as we place them in the corner here, you will get 4 pieces like... Oh yeah, you do. They're just very close together. So yeah, you get 4 pieces like this. Now we need to focus on these pieces. First things first is we can probably just go ahead and do a mark seam here. And I assume as soon as we do that, that it will split this up. Now it's up to us to decide if this is if it's warping too much. Because if it does, then we might want to just select these pieces and do another mark seam to like alleviate some of that warping. So I think that's the best solution. If we do this, and then we just immediately like select those few pieces. U and mark seam. There you go. That should work. It might be a little bit more time consuming, but at least we will not have any problems with the normals. I know that this is at like the very bottom of the mesh, so you just need to keep thinking how it's going to be used. And being at the very bottom, you might want to say like, yeah, but you will probably never even see this. So even if we mess up a little bit, or if it looks a little bit sloppy, you probably will never see it. So it depends how you want to divide your time. So I think because it takes such little extra time to do, I want to do this. But of course, I am on a deadline with this tutorial, I would say. Like, I don't want to keep you here for 30, 40 hours on one asset, which can easily be done if I really take my time with it. But I think this is just good to do. Good practice. Also good to show you. Because, of course, yeah, I do want to show you the ways how it would normally be done. Because technically in the industry you do cheat a lot with not using the correct techniques, but that's just because you don't have the time to always use the correct technique, so you can just hack it together. And it's for every artist. If you are an artist in the industry, you will know what I'm talking about. It's something that it's a bit difficult to switch your mind around when you are teaching. Let me say it like that. So it's like I need to swap my mind around in teaching, going from the proper ways and going away from like the hacky ways. And unless they are like good hacky ways. But yeah, I'm just rambling because I'm just trying to take away your mind from the fact that this is taking longer than I expected. But yeah, there we go. That should be it, right? Yeah, that should be it. Okay, cool. So these are all pretty much cylinders. We don't like that because they are not as much cylinders as as you can see. So I'm going to make a cut. I don't think there are not many good options here. I don't know why my keyboard keeps doing that. What if I make the cut here? U mark seam. Let's just see how that looks. Okay, so you fold open like this. If you fold open like that, I might want to make 2 cuts so that you become... Huh? Where is this? Sorry, I don't know where is this piece coming from. Oh, of course, it's the centerpiece. We can keep that set. Nah, let's keep it clean. Let's just mark seam so that we cut out that centerpiece. And doing that, we just get like 3 pieces. So it will mean that there's a seam here, but the pieces look a little bit cleaner. And that seam we can probably hide. Like, we don't need to do that centerpiece on these pieces already. So for these ones, we just want to kind of like select these two, mark seams to cut those in half. I do like the cutting in half strategy, so I'm gonna select these two and these two. You mark seams, so those are now being cut in half. So that's basically the idea for every single one of them. If you have an extra edge, just go ahead and select it. You mark seam. This one. Yeah, this doesn't take too long to do compared to what I thought it would take. Because on first glance, the shapes look a little bit annoying to unwrap, but honestly, often unwrapping is easier than you think. So I think that's all of them. Oh no, we forgot to do one cut here and here. Mark seam, is that all of them? Yes, that's it. Okay, see, so that looks pretty clean. So I'm gonna go Alt U. I'm gonna hide this. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter if I hide it because I'm going to do this one. So for this one, I'm going to place my seams in the center here because those are the most difficult pieces to see. Over here, you can see them quite easily. So just do like a mark seam, and I'm placing two of them because else this piece becomes way too long. And seeing as that this is such a big piece, so it's such a visible. Sorry, I'm still in edit mode. I need to go in object mode before I unhide with Alt U. So because it's such a big piece, and we probably also want to have like some logos or something on here, you just want to give like a little bit of extra space. So for this one has a mirror on here. Now the mirror should work, I hope. Let's see, where do we mirror it? Okay, so that's our base piece, and then we have like some extra pieces here. So if I turn these pieces off over here, and then just focus on this. So if I do an Alt-I, so this one, it's a little bit trickier because everything is combined together. Now these pieces might all be good, but what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use the technique where I do not actually cut seams, but I rather because there aren't actual seams over there. I mean, you like need to go down here. So I think what I rather want to do is I just want to go and press U, turn off live unwrap for this one. And if we just go to press 3, so for this mode I'm going to, let's see, select these pieces, and it should be able to unfold around this edge and basically do this technique where, because I've shown you this technique before, right? So basically you just select one side, we go U, and then we just unwrap it. And then we kind of like move it out of the way. And we do this first with the large pieces. And that way we can later on just select all of our triangles and we don't need to worry about them. We can just unwrap them all at the same time. For this one, I'm also just going to select these pieces just because it's easier to have them immediately in here. U, unwrap. Okay, so we've done those pieces. Over here, let's select this Shift G and do a coplanar so that we select everything. And now we can just like select these faces. U, unwrap. There we go, so that's that one. Okay, so those are being all done. We've done those pieces, so if we go in here and do Shift G coplanar. Oh nice, so it selects all of them. I think, oh wait, I don't want to select these pieces over here because we already done those. I think what we can do is we can probably just unwrap these pieces along with it. So we can do something like this. See, and then it should just become a piece of one. Unless this is not extruded out, which I believe I did extrude it out. So I'm still refreshing a little bit. Because I haven't touched this model in about a week. So now you can also see how quickly that goes, that you forget about things that you've done. So that looks like it is not attached. So if I just select this. Yeah, see here, it looks like that this is all separate, which is no problem, I would say. Oh no, wait, this one is attached. Right? Yes, it is attached over there. And this is just the other side. Which, okay, so that is good. That is nice. Now, for these pieces, I just want to go ahead and select them like this. And for everything around here, let's just go ahead and like leave a seam around there. So we just need to hide that seam later on, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal, because it's easier for me to just unwrap that as one big chunk. And that one we just did, so we only need to select the sides of it and these sides of it. Unwrap. Okay, so that is all looking correct. Fine. Now for these pieces we can just do Ctrl L. Oh, sorry, I mean press. Sorry, I accidentally went into random mode. There we go. I mean press 4. Sorry, Ctrl L is only in this view. 4 is in this view. And we should be able to just do a U and an unwrap. Unless there is... No, there's no bottom face. So, U, unwrap. Why are you not working when there's no bottom face? That shouldn't be the case. Another thing that we can do is we can technically for this one place a seam. That might even be better. And just select something like this. Mark the seam, and because we do not have live unwrap turned on right now, what we can then do is we can select it and then we should be able to unwrap it. There you go. Oh, wow. Ha! It does have a bottom face. I just couldn't see it. That's the problem. You do not want to have bottom face on these. That's my fault. I must have forgotten to remove it. And it's the only one because the other ones are cut in half. But as soon as you remove that, it should now, if we select this again. Here we go. Unwrap. There we go. So that's more what I expected to happen. So yeah, just make sure if you see something that looks unlogical, that you just have the bottom cut out. So we got all of those pieces. These ones we can just do 4 unwrap. There we go, and they just become a quarter. That should be fine. 4 unwrap. Even less than a quarter. 4 unwrap. Okay, so we got those. Let's see, we have this piece over here, which we can also go ahead and press 4. And then we can just go ahead and we can like hold Alt and deselect whatever we do not need in this view. So that all that is left is this one piece, which we can now press U and we can unwrap. And it should look nice. Yeah, that should look good. Okay, this piece, 4. Does it have a bottom face? It does not. Oh, that's really close to the bottom, but that should be fine. Unwrap, else we can just move it. Yeah, that's still good enough. This one, if we press 4, let's unwrap it for now. I expected that to happen actually. I want to go ahead and I want to... I think I want to just press 4 and then just Q. And for now, just separate the selection on this one. It's easier for me to do that one separate. The other ones, because we can be quite close to them, we don't really need them separate. Now we can just select all of these, and hopefully this works. If we press unwrap, here, that is what I was hoping for, that it just like creates an entire cut. Apparently, it decided to create a cut for every single one around there. Oh no, wait, it only did that with symmetry, because technically there is still a face in between here. Which is fine, we can clean it up later on. All the other pieces, there we go, that's what I was looking for. So that actually looks fine. There might be a little bit of stretching, but because they're going to be plain color and they don't need that much detail, that should work totally fine. So we got those pieces done. If we just do an Alt-I on this one piece over here, what we can do is we can just go ahead and start by selecting these bottom faces and deleting them, because you can never ever see them anyway. Delete it. And now I just want to select the top faces. Like this. Unwrap. And now if I just do Ctrl-I, unwrap. There we go. And now you can Alt-U and you can select this piece and then select this. And then just go ahead and press Ctrl-J to join it back again. And in the next chapter we will just go ahead and continue with this.